All right, let me set the scene for you. Imagine this, a quiet, unassuming coffee shop, the kind you'd find on any street corner. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee fills the air, and the soft hum of conversation is the only soundtrack. Behind the counter, I'm frothing milk for a latte, my hands shaking slightly, but not from the noise of the milk steamer. You see, I just received a call from my mom, a call that would change everything. Eva just passed away, she said, her voice barely a whisper. Eva, my twin sister, my other half, my confidante in this crazy world, was gone. I couldn't breathe. The world spun around me and I gripped the counter to keep from falling. Customers looked at me concerned, but I couldn't find the words to explain. How do you tell strangers that your heart has just been ripped out? But here's where the story takes its first unexpected turn. Among the sea of faces, one stood out, a woman with kind eyes and a gentle smile. She wasn't a regular, I would have remembered her. She approached the counter, her voice soft but steady. "I couldn't help but overhear," she said. "I'm so sorry for your loss." I looked at her, really looked at her, and something in her gaze anchored me. I managed a nod, a whispered thanks, and she handed me a napkin with her number scribbled on it. "If you ever need to talk," she said, then walked away, leaving me with a glimmer of warmth in my cold, shattered world. Little did I know, that small act of kindness would lead to a series of events that would turn my life upside down. That woman, her name was Lily, would become so much more than a stranger offering comfort. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That day, I finished my shift in a daze, pocketing the napkin, unaware of the lifeline it would become. As I locked up the shop, the weight of Eva's death pressed down on me. We were supposed to grow old together, side by side, just like we'd done everything else in life. But Eva had a secret, one she'd kept even from me. A secret that would change not only how I saw her, but also how I saw myself. And Lily, well, she would be the key to unraveling it all. But more on that later. For now, picture me, a broken barrister, walking home alone, clutching a napkin like it was a lifeline, unaware that my life was about to take a crazy, beautiful, and completely unpredictable turn. I floated through the next few days in a haze, going through the motions of life without really feeling present. The coffee shop became my sanctuary, a place where I could lose myself in the routine of steaming milk and pulling espresso shots. But Eva's absence was a gaping hole that couldn't be filled with the chatter of customers or the comforting aroma of roasted beans. One evening, as I was wiping down the counters, I found the napkin Lily had given me tucked away in my apron pocket. I stared at the numbers, each digit a promise of connection, of understanding. Before I could talk myself out of it, I dialed the number. Lily answered on the second ring, her voice as warm and soothing as I remembered. "I was hoping you'd call," she said, and just like that, a fragile bridge was built between us. We met at a small park near the coffee shop, a neutral ground where we could talk freely. Lily listened as I poured out my heart, telling her about Eva, about the emptiness her death had left behind. She didn't offer platitudes or empty comfort. She just listened, her presence a silent support. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the grass, I found myself sharing more than just my grief. I told her about Eva's laughter, her dreams, her fierce love for life. And then, hesitantly, I shared the secret Eva had kept from me, a secret that had surfaced only after her death. Eva had been in love, deeply and passionately, with a woman named Marina. They had kept their relationship hidden, fearing the judgment of our conservative family and the small-mindedness of our town. I was shocked, not by the revelation of Eva's sexuality, but by the fact that she had felt she couldn't share this part of her life with me. It was a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that my sister, my other half, had felt she needed to hide such a significant part of herself. Lily listened, her eyes reflecting the setting sun and a depth of understanding that surprised me. She shared her own story, one of struggle and acceptance, of coming out to her family and the journey that followed. Her words were a balm to my raw emotions, offering a perspective I hadn't considered. As we sat there, the world around us fading into the background, I felt a connection to Lily that went beyond shared grief. It was a spark, a recognition of something deeper, something that scared and excited me in equal measure. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Just as I was beginning to find my footing, another bombshell was dropped. Marina, Eva's secret love, reached out to me. She had a letter, one that Eva had written before her death, addressed to both Lily and me. It was a twist I never saw coming, a link between Lily, Marina, Eva, and me that would change everything. But that's a story for another time. For now, picture us, Lily and me, sitting in that park, the sun dipping below the horizon, unaware that our lives were about to take another crazy, beautiful, and completely unpredictable turn. The letter from Eva was a ticking time bomb, sitting on my kitchen table, waiting to explode. I stared at it for days, unable to bring myself to open it. Lily, ever the voice of reason, suggested we invite Marina over and read it together. I agreed, but the thought of facing Marina, of seeing the love she shared with Eva reflected in her eyes, terrified me. The day Marina came to my apartment, the air was thick with tension and unspoken words. She was a petite woman with fiery red hair and eyes that held an ocean of sorrow. She handed me the letter, her fingers brushing mine, and I felt a jolt of connection, a shared grief that needed no words. Lily sat beside me, her presence a steady comfort as I finally tore open the envelope. Eva's words were like a punch to the gut. She wrote about her love for Marina, her fear of our family's reaction, and her regret for not sharing her truth with me. But the real bombshell was the secret she had kept from all of us. Eva had been sick for a long time, a rare genetic disorder that she knew would eventually take her life. She had chosen to keep it hidden, wanting to live her life on her terms, not as a sick girl waiting for the inevitable. But there was more. Eva wrote about her wish for me to live my life fully, to embrace love wherever I found it. She wrote about Lily, about how she had seen the connection between us even before I had acknowledged it myself. It was as if Eva had reached out from beyond the grave to push me towards Lily, towards a love she believed I deserved. Marina listened, tears streaming down her face as I read Eva's words aloud. She spoke of her own journey, of the love she and Eva shared, of the plans they had made for a future that was cruelly cut short. As we sat there, the three of us bound by grief and love, I felt a shift, a realignment of my world. Eva's letter had blown apart the walls I had built around my heart, leaving me raw and exposed, but also open to possibilities I had never considered. Lily reached out, her hand covering mine, and I felt a spark, a warmth that spread through me, chasing away the chill of Eva's absence. It was a moment of clarity, of understanding, of acceptance. But it was also a moment of fear, of uncertainty, of stepping into the unknown. Because with Eva's letter, with Marina's presence, with Lily's touch, I was no longer just a grieving sister. I was a woman on the brink of a journey that would challenge everything I knew about love, about life, about myself. and as I looked into Lily's eyes, I knew I was ready to take that leap. But little did I know, the journey was about to take a turn that none of us saw coming. The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotions, a roller coaster ride that left me breathless and exhilarated. Lily and I grew closer, our bond deepening with each shared laughter, each stolen glance, each late-night conversation. We explored the city together, finding hidden gems and creating memories that were ours alone. But even as I found myself falling for Lily, I couldn't shake off the feeling of guilt, the nagging voice that whispered I was betraying Eva. Marina, meanwhile, became a constant in our lives, a reminder of Eva, a link to the past. She shared stories of Eva, of their love, of the dreams they had woven together. Each story was a bittersweet pill, a mix of joy and sorrow, of laughter and tears. But Marina also brought with her a sense of peace, an acceptance of Eva's choices, of her love for both Marina and me. One evening, as Lily and I sat by the river, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, I turned to her, my heart pounding in my chest. "I'm falling in love with you, Lily," I said, the words tumbling out before I could stop them. Lily looked at me, her eyes reflecting the setting sun, and a slow smile spread across her face. "I've been falling in love with you since the day I saw you in that coffee shop," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. It was a moment of pure joy, of unadulterated happiness. But it was also a moment of fear, of uncertainty. Because even as I basked in the warmth of Lily's love, I couldn't shake off the feeling of impending doom, the sense that something was about to shatter our fragile happiness. And I was right. Because just as Lily and I were about to embark on our journey of love, Marina dropped another bombshell, one that would change everything. Marina had been going through Eva's things, sorting through memories and mementos when she found something hidden away, something that Eva had kept from all of us. It was a diary, a record of Eva's thoughts, her fears, her dreams. And in those pages, Eva had poured out her heart, her love for Marina, her regret for not sharing her truth with me, and her hope for Lily and me. But there was more, something that sent a chill down my spine, something that would turn our world upside down. Eva had written about a trip she had planned, a trip she wanted the three of us to take together, a trip that would lead us to a secret she had kept buried for years. It was a cryptic message, a puzzle that Eva had left for us to solve. And as I sat there, the diary in my hands, I knew our journey was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. But that's a story for another time. For now, picture us, Lily, Marina, and me, sitting in my apartment, the diary open before us, unaware that our lives were about to take another crazy, beautiful, and completely unpredictable turn. The diary was a labyrinth of Eva's innermost thoughts, a roadmap to her soul that was both beautiful and heart-wrenching. Lily, Marina, and I spent countless nights poring over the pages, deciphering Eva's cryptic messages and trying to piece together the puzzle she had left behind. Each entry was a mix of joy and sorrow, a testament to Eva's spirit and her unyielding love for life. One entry in particular stood out. Eva wrote about a small town nestled in the mountains, a place where she and Marina had spent a magical weekend. She described the quaint streets, the friendly locals, and a hidden waterfall that held a special significance for them. It was there, Eva wrote, that she had buried a part of herself, a secret that she wanted us to uncover. The more we read, the more we realized that Eva's trip wasn't just about uncovering a secret. It was about healing, about finding closure, about embracing the love that Eva had left behind. And so, with a mix of trepidation and excitement, we decided to take the journey Eva had planned for us. The trip was a whirlwind of emotions. The small town was just as Eva had described, charming and picturesque, with a sense of peace that was almost tangible. We explored the streets, visited the local cafes, and even found the hidden waterfall. Each step felt like a journey back in time, a chance to relive Eva's memories and feel her presence. But the real magic happened when we found the spot Eva had described in her diary. Buried under a tree near the waterfall was a small metal box. Inside, we found letters, one for each of us. Eva's words were a balm to our souls, a final goodbye that was both heartbreaking and healing. She wrote about her love for Marina, her hopes for Lily and me, and her wish for us to find happiness, to embrace love in all its forms. As we sat there, the sound of the waterfall a soothing backdrop, I felt a profound sense of peace. Eva's secret, her final gift to us, was a reminder of the power of love, of the strength it gives us to face the uncertainties of life. And in that moment, I knew I was ready to embrace the love that Lily offered, ready to step into the future with her by my side. But life, as it often does, had one more twist in store for us. As we made our way back to the town, we stumbled upon a small art gallery. Among the paintings was a familiar face, Eva's. The gallery owner, a kind woman with a warm smile, recognized Marina and told us about Eva's visits to the gallery, about the paintings she had left behind, and about the impact she had made on the local art community. It was a revelation, a final piece of the puzzle that completed the picture of Eva's life. She had not only been a loving sister and a passionate lover, but also an artist, a dreamer, a woman who had touched the lives of so many. And as we stood there, surrounded by Eva's art, I felt a profound sense of gratitude, of love, of acceptance. The journey that Eva had planned for us was more than just a trip. It was a journey of self-discovery, of healing, of embracing love in all its forms. And as Lily, Marina, and I made our way back home, I knew our lives had been forever changed. We had found love, found strength, found a bond that transcended grief and loss. And in doing so, we had honored Eva's memory, fulfilled her final wish, and found a love that was too strong to deny. As we settled back into our daily lives, the journey we had taken remained etched in our hearts, a constant reminder of Eva's love and the bonds we had forged. Lily and I grew even closer, our love deepening with each passing day. We moved in together, turning our apartment into a sanctuary of love and warmth, a place where Eva's spirit lived on in every corner. Marina became a cherished friend, a part of our family, a link to Eva that we treasured. She found solace in her art, channeling her grief into beautiful paintings that told stories of love and loss. Her work gained recognition, and she opened a gallery in Eva's name, a tribute to their love and the impact Eva had on her life. One evening, as Lily and I sat on our balcony, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of gold and pink, I turned to her, my heart filled with love and gratitude. "Lily," I said, my voice steady despite the butterflies in my stomach, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to build a future together, a future that honors Eva's memory and celebrates our love." Lily looked at me, her eyes reflecting the setting sun, and a slow smile spread across her face. "I've been waiting for you to say that," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. "I want that too, more than anything." It was a moment of pure joy, of unadulterated happiness, but it was also a moment of reflection, of looking back at the journey that had brought us here. From strangers in a coffee shop to lovers building a life together, Our story was a testament to the power of love, of the strength it gives us to face the uncertainties of life. And so, as we embark on this new chapter of our lives, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining us on this journey. Your support, your love, and your encouragement have meant the world to us. We hope that our story has touched your hearts, has inspired you to embrace love in all its forms, and has reminded you that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of hope, a promise of a brighter tomorrow. If our story has resonated with you, if you've found comfort, joy, or inspiration in our journey, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Stay with us as we continue to share our lives, our love, and our adventures. Watch our videos, engage with us, and be a part of our community. And don't forget to comment down below and share your favorite part of our video. We love hearing from you, and your words of support and encouragement mean the world to us. Remember, love is a journey, a beautiful, crazy, and unpredictable journey. Embrace it, cherish it, and never be afraid to take that leap of faith. Because sometimes the love we find is too strong to deny, too powerful to ignore, too beautiful to let go. So, until next time, stay brave, stay true, and most importantly, stay in love. Because love in all its forms is the most powerful force in the world, and we are living, breathing proof of that. Goodbye for now, and thank you for being a part of our journey.